Radhe Radhe, Dandava Pranam, welcome to Shri Srila Guru Bihari Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupan Guru Varga ki jai, Pati Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaur Hari ki jai, Radha Vinu Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Hari Naam Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So we will begin. Oh, I failed to say the names of the three great personalities who we will be mentioning today. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai, Tiriya Tirubha Mahamahotsav ki jai, Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Tiriya Tirubha Mahamahotsav ki jai, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki jai, Tiriya Tirubha Mahamahotsav ki jai. So we will begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of this book, Shri Gauriya Dikti Kucha, Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yuta Padakamalam.
Shri
Dandavat pranam all Vaishnavas.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Shri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadhana.
Page number
28. Evaro Kurunakaro, Vaisnava Goshai, page 44. Excuse me.
How many days till Kartik?
Like 3 days until Purnima. Today's day 28, 29, 30, 31. Kartik begins on the 31st here. So page 44, Evaro Kurunakaro.
And if you're new to the thread,
Right.
just in case, if you don't have the songbook, then if you just look for the Vaisnava Jiva Pavana Prabhu is posting all of the bhajans and the kirtans that we're singing so that we can all join wherever we are in the world together in sweet kirtan. And always he's posting the translations And upon inspiration, he shares so much beautiful katha from our Vaishnavacharyas. So just look for the name Jiva Pavana Prabhu, and there you will find nectar.
Jiva Pavana means savior of the fallen souls. So we should always be searching for Jiva Pavana.
Especially the savior of those who don't have a songbook.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Dandavat pranam.
Evaro karuna karo Vaishnava Goswami. Srila Goswami Ashtakam. Krishnot Kirtana Gananartana Paro Premamritam Bhunidhe. Page 264. In Vrindavan, like at Radha Damodar Temple, the tune they sing is a little different than the one we're familiar with, but we're not going to sing that one today. I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a sample. They say, Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritam Bodhidhe Dhira Dhira Jana Priyo Priyakaro Nirmatsaro Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhuvo Bhara Mahantarako Vande Rupa Sanatanor Bhuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako. So, generally you hear them singing it every day in that tune, and it's nice. But our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, would remark periodically how when he would witness our Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada chanting this, that he would chant it in such a pathetic tune. Pathetic meaning evoking a mood of pathos. And he would be weeping and weeping while he was chanting this Srila Goswami Ashtakam. So we're going to chant a more familiar tune.
And thank you, Lavangalata Didi, for posting the page numbers. It's very helpful. Thank you, Dandavat.
So we'll sing it all together. Krishna Kirtana
Shri Jiva
Jai, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki Jai, Didi Mahamahotsava ki Jai. It's also the disappearance day of Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami. He's also a Goswami. Shri Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Didi Mahamahotsava ki Jai. गौरांग बोलते हैं भाई फूला का शरीर. Wait. It's a very special day of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu today, both for Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, so we're going to focus some speciality on him as well. Which one were you thinking?
Where are you going?
I'm thinking Nitai Pada Kamala.
Nice, okay. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala, page number. What is it?
Page number 58. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Hari Ki
Jai. On a side note, Jiva Pavana Prabhu is posting, obviously not the full Leela, Kishori will also tell it, but how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was told in a dream to go to Vrindavan by Nityananda Prabhu. And I was just discussing with Kishori earlier how sweet it is when you read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita from our Srila Prabhupada. You find that it's almost as if he's taking us on a parikrama. He tells you what stop to get off on the train, and if you turn left and you go down this street, then you'll find this village, and it is there where this happened and that happened. And you know, now when we see that the holy places are slowly disappearing, I know Kishori Mohan Prabhu has many times spoken about Vyas Koop, and how there on the Parikrama Marg, just from building the Parikrama road again and again, we see that it's been covered, it's gone, and people don't even know about it, and it's not within the realm of our Parikrama. It's off the street, and it's like a pile of rubble now. And the only reason we know it is because Gurudev used to take us there, and we used to hear about how he wrote the 10th canto there, the Rasa Leela chapter especially. So then today we were discussing Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I was talking to Kishori, and we were just laughing and finding it so sweet how Srila Prabhupada was making sure that these places don't become lost. He's telling you what the village name was before, what it is now, and where you have to go to find such and such village. How merciful our acharyas are, and how sweet it is. Sometimes, you know, when I first read it, it was about maybe 28 years ago. And when I was reading it, I just thought, why is he telling you where to get off on the bus and where to get off on this train station? And why is Srila Prabhupada doing that? Like, what does that have to do with, you know, Mahaprabhu's Leela necessarily? Yes, it's telling where to go, but now that we're seeing slowly these places becoming covered, especially in Braj Mandal, now it seems as if Goradham is opening up and Brajadam is closing. In Shastra, it also tells that this will happen, that Navadvip will become more prominent, but we're seeing it before our eyes. We're seeing these places literally disappear. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada is making sure that we know exactly what train stop to get off, to go to what place, to honor that holy pilgrimage site. So as we were singing this, and as we're remembering Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and all of our Goswamis today, I was remembering our own Goswami, our Srila Prabhupada, who really just gave us everything. He revealed the holy Dham to us. He revealed Thakurji to us. He revealed Shastra to us. He encompasses everything it takes to actually be a Goswami. And there he's showing us these places shouldn't become lost. So I just wanted to share that with you, that even though it seems like, why is he writing that? It's really important. And even though it's just telling what train stop to get off on, we should try to remember these things, because one day we will find that they're becoming lost. Kali Yuga is covering everything. So how merciful Srila Prabhupada is that he's not allowing that to happen through his own writings.
I was reading about that today. Srila Prabhupada was describing the birthplace of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and which train to get off of and which corner to go around. And I was like, it would have been lost maybe if he didn't write it. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada also took a lot of time, and he heard so many things It wasn't revealed who the parents of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami were, but some people claimed that this was their name and that was their name. But anyhow, he collected so much information. And we see that our acharyas, they have a tendency to do this, to maintain and to collect this transcendental information of the appearance of transcendental personalities, because their birthplace is also a holy tirtha. It is a very valuable transcendental place where we can receive so much transcendental inspiration.
Yeah, but I just remember the first time I read that, I'm like, why is he telling us what train stop to get off? And now it's becoming more and more apparent. These places are so precious and becoming lost.
So now we will call out for the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all of their transcendental associates, including Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta, and Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, in the very beautiful bhajan, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Doya Koromore, page 96. If you do not have a songbook, scroll to the most recent post of Jiva Pavana Prabhu, and there you will find the bhajan posted along with the translation and generally beautiful commentaries by our acharyas.
Especially Srila Prabhupada, you'll find so much.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Kuru More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Kuru More Shri Krishna anilo prema dhana karuna prachur. Today is the triple disappearance day, observance, and that is the appropriate bhajan. Whenever there's any disappearance festival, we always sing Jai Anilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur, page 99. It's Narottam Das Thakur expressing his deep mood of separation, and we will hear how Raghunath Das Goswami was also feeling this kind of mood of separation. Jai Anilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur. Das Goswami ki Jai, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki Jai, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. I don't know what page it is. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Gopi Janna Vallabha Hare Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki jai, Krishna Das Viraj Goswami ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur ki jai, Radha Vinodihani ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times at the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad astottara Shata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same thousands of Dandava Pranam at the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad astottara Shata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And to all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga, especially on this day, the anniversary of the disappearance of these three great acharyas, I'm offering my Dandavat Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. And also to all Vaishnavas past, present, and future, including all of those who are present with us today, I offer my Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So today, as all of you know, it is a very auspicious, important, holy day for us, the anniversary of the disappearance of these three great personalities. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojan Acharya, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, who gave us the greatest treasure, the greatest gift, known as Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, who is also an intimate associate of the other Goswamis and of, I was going to say the six, but I mean the other five Goswamis, and of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, on the appearance and disappearance of Vaishnavas, especially Vaishnavas of this caliber, you could say, very beautiful and completely transcendental, completely pure devotees of the Lord, to remember them, to glorify them, to speak about them with others, to remember their glories and their pastimes. It's extremely beneficial for us. All kinds of avidya, ignorance, all kinds of misgivings and everything can be eradicated from our heart. And all kinds of auspiciousness will take its place in our heart, just by hearing the glories of the pure devotees of the Lord. Even Krishna is greedy to hear about the glories of his pure devotees. And the pure devotees come to this world and manifest so many amazing pastimes. We know that Raghunath Das Goswami in Krishna Lila is an intimate associate of Radha and Krishna, serving under the guidance of Sri Rupa. So this Raghunath Das Goswami is Rati Manjari. Yet Raghunath Das Goswami is manifesting in this world for the benefit of all jivas. having interaction with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And through those interactions and through seeing his own life, so many valuable lessons come to us so that we can establish what is our goal and what is the process to attain it. So, our sadhya and our sadhana. And really, Raghunath Das Goswami is our ultimate hero in terms of who we should follow, our ideal, the ultimate ideal of how we should progress on the path of Rupanuga Bhakti toward perfection. That is why he is known as our Prayojan Acharya. So, I didn't anticipate bhajans to go so long, so I will try to speak something about their glories, and we may have to go a little bit later, so please forgive me in advance. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was born into a very, very wealthy family. According to today's monetary standards, his family would be considered trillionaires, not in rupees. They had hundreds of thousands of gold coins, so they were extremely wealthy. They had so much land, great landowners. Raghunath Das Goswami's father was named Govardhan Majumdar, and his uncle was Hiranya Majumdar. And Raghunath was the only heir to the wealth of his family, meaning everything would go to him. So they were trying to raise him up, although they were Vaishnavas on the outside. Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja explains something very interesting in this connection. He said they appeared to be Vaishnavas. They followed and observed Vaishnava festivals. They did all Vaishnava activities, but underneath was something else. So Srila Gurudev in this connection mentioned two things. There's something known as Vaishnava Prai, and there's something known as Vishai Prai. Prai, from my understanding of what Gurudev was speaking about, means it looks like. Vaishnava Prai means it looks like a Vaishnava, where in reality it's not. And Vishai Prai means it looks like a sense enjoyer, whereas in reality it is not. So this is something that can be quite confusing to the conditioned soul of this world. Somebody looks like a Vaishnava, but they're not. And someone looks like a sense enjoyer, but they're not. They're exactly the opposite. And so examples that Srila Gurudev gave of the Vishai Prai, who looks like a sense enjoyer, would be like Pundarik Vidyanidhi, the guru of Gadadhar Pandit, Rai Ramananda, who apparently was doing some activity which would be decried in general, but Mahaprabhu said only he can do this. He is not in the slightest bit affected at all by this thing. But even great personalities and sannyasis and almost everyone else would be affected, but he's beyond all of that. So Rai Ramananda was mentioned. So many other personalities were mentioned, even Srivas Thakur, because it looks like he's a family man, looks like he's got his wife and his family and his children, that he has attachment, but actually he had no attachment, only to Mahaprabhu, to Krishna. So, from the outside it might look like they are Vishai, sense enjoyers, but internally they are completely 100% surrendered to Krishna. And this is called Vishai Prai. So the parents, or the father and uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami, they were, Srila Gurudev said, Vaishnava Prai. That means they look like Vaishnava, but actually internally they were simply absorbed in amassing wealth and had so many material desires. So Srila Gurudev said we should take our pulse and we will know if we really check our hearts that most of us fall into the category of Vaishnava Prai, or it looks like Vaishnava on the outside, but really we're not pure at heart. We have so many material desires, so we fall into that category. And Gurudev used the word we so that the rest of us wouldn't feel too bad, because he was adding himself in there in a way that, okay, look at all of us compared to them, those transcendental personalities who are true Vaishnavas. Although we accept and understand and know that our Gurudev is a true Vaishnava of such a caliber, still Vaishnavas are so humble that they feel themselves the lowest of the low, and we will speak about that when we come to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So, Raghunath Das Goswami was raised in this situation. It was quite evident from early on that he had amassed so much samskar and sukriti for bhakti from previous lifetimes, it is said, because he had a natural inclination toward devotion. Even though he was being encouraged by his family to become absorbed in all material and mundane things, he had no attraction for any of that. He wanted to dedicate his life to bhakti, to Krishna. So this is a sign of great natural inclination from previous lifetimes. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that if anyone is doing so many good activities, especially on the path of bhakti, if they take birth again, they will either take birth in a wealthy family or in a family of devotees, so that they can continue moving forward on the path of bhakti without much hindrance. If there's a lot of wealth, then you don't have to worry about maintaining yourself. You can go forward, but that one's a little dangerous. It's better to be in the association of devotees. But whatever situation Krishna puts us in, he makes sure that it's favorable for us to progress rapidly on the path of devotion. So, Raghunath was born into this very, very wealthy family. And from a very young age, he received initiation from Sri Yadunandan Acharya, who was a disciple of Sri Advaita Acharya. So, very fortunately, by the mercy of Krishna, he came into contact with such a guru who was connected to Advaita Acharya, who was connected to Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu. So from a very early age, he was already nurturing such a deep mood of surrender to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had heard about Mahaprabhu. And another great personality would regularly come to visit their household. That was Sri Haridas Thakur. That personality whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entitled Nam Acharya, the Acharya, or who teaches by his own example how to take full shelter of Sri Harinam Prabhu and serve Harinam Prabhu. This is Namacharya Haridas Thakur. He would frequently visit that household. So in this connection, Srila Gurudev, he said, it seems kind of inappropriate from the outside that why would Haridas Thakur go to the home of Vishayis, of enjoyers? Because he's completely absorbed in Harinam, 24 hours a day. Why would he go to the home of enjoyers? It was for Raghunath, this young boy who had this inclination toward Krishna Bhakti. When someone is sincere and wants to love and serve Krishna, and I was hoping I would somehow be able to pick up this book again, as Srila Gurudev was explaining in Going Beyond Vaikuntha, Krishna sends so many to increase their greed more and more, their transcendental greed. So Haridas was visiting periodically and increasing the transcendental greed within the heart of Raghunath. Raghunath so desperately wanted to go to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had no attraction to anything of this world. So he ran one night, to meet with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He ran away from home. Now, when you have a lot of wealth, and your only heir, your son, the future of your dynasty suddenly disappears, you seek them out. So Raghunath ran away to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu after having developed so much enthusiasm and greed by that association, and also by his previous life's sukritis and sanskars. He ran to the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu greeted him, but then told him, you should not be like a crazy fellow. You should not be like a mad person. You should return home and be like normal in the world so no one can detect what is going on in your mind and heart. But there you should develop firm conviction, nishta, in Krishna. Means gradually, quietly. Outside you can interact with everyone like normal, but inside in your heart you should develop conviction, nishta, in the lotus feet of Krishna. And when the time is right, Krishna will make all arrangements for your deliverance. So Mahaprabhu gave this instruction to him, which is quite interesting. Srila Gurudev explained, and our other Vaishnava Acharyas have explained in this connection, that if one is not really ready yet, unripe, so to speak, and not prepared, and they try to jump to the top because they have not yet attained real ruchi or taste, it may be that their conviction becomes shaken because they haven't developed a strong, steady platform by which to move from. So, Srila Gurudev said that for those who don't take it very carefully and step by step, it may be that if they artificially renounce prematurely, that it can turn into a situation where they can go and then again come back to the material world and even be in a place or in a position which is much worse off spiritually, meaning more far away from bhakti than even previously.
What about where you pick up where you left off?
So Devi just asked, what about picking up where you left off? Still, we know that Raghunath Das Goswami is a transcendental person, but to show the world, to show all of us, not to artificially renounce, not to do anything prematurely, he gave that instruction, that from where you are, you should develop. Also, Raghunath ran directly to Mahaprabhu. So there's some lessons which are coming. Very powerful, important lessons. And Raghunath Das Goswami's life is the essence of the lessons that we need to learn, especially when we start coming toward that kind of desperation and need and greed for Krishna Bhakti Ras. So Raghunath Das Goswami ran to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu sent him home. This is also part of an instruction that Guru may give to us. Mahaprabhu is also acting in the role of Guru. Don't do things rashly. Be steady. Do your sadhana. Develop. You will be tested by the outside. Can you maintain your conviction? So what happened when he went home? Oh, his family was very concerned for him. Well, this boy, he's running away from home because he wants bhakti? It's quite taboo, especially these days. We were just speaking with one boy, I think I told you recently. He said, no, he's very qualified, he's got a lot of money, his family is well-to-do, but he's very dharmic, and he's also a bhakta, a devotee. And he's definitely overdue for marriage. Handsome guy, nice, so many good qualifications, very nice. And no one would marry him. Why? Because they wanted to go to the clubs, they wanted to party, they wanted to drink, they wanted to do so many sinful activities, and they didn't want to have to be in a devotional scenario. So this is the state of Kali Yuga these days, that even in India, it's very difficult to find a partner who wants to engage in bhakti. So it's just unfortunate. So Raghunath, what happened to him? His family decided to, Gurudev said, chain him up. And they put guards on him so he wouldn't run away. Physical chaining, they were talking about it. What did they arrange to chain him with? Srila Gurudev said they arranged for his marriage to Miss Universe. The Miss Universe of Miss Universes. The most beautiful, more than any Miss Universe that we know of today. How beautiful she was. And still, he was not attracted or distracted. He only wanted to run to the feet of Mahaprabhu. So they were talking about chaining him up. What do we have to do? Chain him up? And then the discussion came about, I can't remember with who, but if you cannot bind him with all of this wealth and with the most beautiful woman in the world and with all kinds of material comforts and everything, then what will any chain do for him? What will any external bindings do for him? His mind and heart is gone. So he had no attraction to anything of this material world whatsoever. Although he was instructed by Mahaprabhu to be in the world in such a way that no one could detect, still, if really you are detached, it will manifest in such a way. It will be noticed, it will be seen. Like how Vishnu Priya, she noticed that her husband, Sachinandan Gaura Hari, He was always absorbed in the holy names of the Lord, completely meditating upon Krishna. He wasn't spending time with her because he was so absorbed in Krishna. This is the proof. If one is completely absorbed in Krishna, then they have no attraction to anything else of this world. She became a little bit concerned. Vishnupriya became concerned when suddenly he changed his nature. Suddenly he was being all nice and sweet and affectionate and saying kind words, and she was like, what's going on here? No, this is wrong. And she felt something was not right. You know when a candle burns bright just before it goes out? So that same night she fell asleep. Sachinandan Gaurahari went, did parikrama of his mother, and then went and jumped into the Ganga at near Doi Ghat and went and took sannyas. So she felt something was off that night, Vishnupriya. So Raghunath Das Goswami also manifested this natural vairagya, natural renunciation from the material world because of his vairaga, special attachment, focused attachment on the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna. So sometime later, Sri Nityananda Prabhu came with thousands of his associates to a very nearby location from Raghunath Das Goswami's home. And it was just on the banks of the Ganga. So Raghunath Das Goswami requested, can I go and see Sri Nityananda Prabhu? Actually, he said, I'm going to go and see him. So they sent so many guards along with him and some money. And his father and uncle said, yes, you should also serve the Vaishnavas. It's good for your sukriti. So he went with guards and people who had money, you know, who are carrying his money and everything, to see Sri Nityananda Prabhu. But he was feeling somewhat shy, and so he stayed off in the distance in a way that he was hiding. Srila Gurudev would speak about this quite often in such a personal way where you could actually see the vision as Srila Gurudev was explaining it. So he said Raghunath Das Goswami was staying off in a distance, kind of hiding, and some of Nityananda Prabhu's devotees who were present there, they said, hey, Raghunath has come. He said, Raghunath, come here. Only a thief hides in the distance. You should come before me now, and I will give you punishment, because he was a thief. Why was Raghunath considered a thief? Nityananda Prabhu told him. Raghunath Das Goswami went, offered Dandavat Pranam to Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu mercifully placed his lotus feet upon the head of Raghunath Das. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. He said, why did he say he was a thief? You went to take my property without first coming to me. Right? If someone has a great treasure and you just go and take their treasure without going to them without permission, then you're considered a thief. If they say, yes, you can take as much as you want, then it's not thievery. What was he going for? He went for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without first going to Nityananda Prabhu. That's one of the reasons why Mahaprabhu sent him back. Krishna says, if anyone says they're my devotee, directly, really they're not my devotee. But who is the devotee of my devotee? They are my real devotee. If anyone tries to go directly to Krishna, he says, I won't accept your service unless you first do Guru Puja. Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam. That means offering yourself at the feet of Sri Guru. Complete surrender. And who is the unbroken original Guru Tattva? Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So, this is one of the reasons why Mahaprabhu sent him away. Because he didn't follow the proper process. So that process, he sent him back. And then he came to the feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu said, I will punish you. What punishment did he give him? It was actually the greatest mercy. You should serve all of the Vaishnavas. And he said, now all of your obstacles have been removed. What are the obstacles? The obstacles for meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for taking shelter of Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu in a moment removed those obstacles. When I read that today, I was reminded of our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada allowed him, his auntie Sarojini, and one or two other Vaishnavas to go and see Srila Gaura Babaji Maharaj. At that time, Srila Gaura Babaji Maharaj was performing the very interesting pastime of not wanting to smell the stench of the materialism in the world. And so he chose to remain within a public latrine in Kolkata, I think it was, or somewhere. A public toilet, which in India, anyway. So he preferred that stench to the stench of the materialism outside. So they went there, they knocked on the door, and he was telling, go away, go away. And they said, we have been sent by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Immediately he opened the door and let them in and closed the door again. And they had such beautiful discussions. And at that time, Srila Gaura Babaji Maharaj blessed our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, that I remove all of your obstacles in your service, in your progress. I take away all of that difficulty. So in the same way, Sri Nityananda Prabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, I am removing all of your obstacles. Sudevi?
Yes?
Can I tell about Raghunath?
Of course.
So, in the connection right now, because of this katha, I want to tell one very amazing katha about our Gurudev, who was embodying the mood of Nityananda Prabhu at that time. Because also Guru is the manifestation of Nityananda Prabhu. One time someone asked our Gurudev, where is Nityananda Prabhu? You have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna, where's Nityananda Prabhu? And he said, he is here directly in front of you in the form of Gurudev. So, the person who told us this story was subsequently attacked very violently.
You don't have to tell that.
And he doesn't remember all of the details of this story, but he told us beforehand. So, we reminded him also of some of the details, and he was like, wow. So this person, we grew up with him, and he was sometimes, he's always associated with devotees, but not really successful in his material life or his spiritual life. And he had received Harinam from Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, when he was quite young. So one day in Hawaii, he was outside of our Gurudev's room, kind of walking back and forth or talking, laughing as he would. And, everyone likes him. He's a nice guy. Gurudev heard him outside laughing, and Gurudev started calling, Raghunath! Raghunath! I want to tell you something first about him. He was named Raghunath by Srila Prabhupada because it was winter time, and he was, I think it was Los Angeles or somewhere, he was sitting with no shirt on in Prabhupada's room, and it was cold. Next to the window. And Prabhupada said, you're not cold? And he said, no, Srila Prabhupada. He said, oh, like Raghunath Das Goswami, I will call you Raghunath. That's how he got the name. So then Srila Gurudev, many years later, of course, in Hawaii, he was calling from his room, Raghunath! Raghunath, come here! So Raghunath went inside the room. He went and he offered his pranam to Gurudev. He had already received Harinam from Srila Prabhupada, but he never had accepted Diksha from anyone or anything. And when he offered pranam, Gurudev took his feet and placed it on his head and was holding his head down. Raghunath said it was quite heavy. He said, I couldn't move. He said I was like, in that situation. And Gurudev said to him, will you take? Will you take? And he was like, huh? Yeah, he was crying and laughing at the same time. And he said, yes, yes. He said, then Gurudev proceeded to give him Diksha mantras. But this is very special kind of mercy. So from this, to help him progress on the path of bhakti. So he was embodying this mood of Nityananda Prabhu, calling Raghunath, Raghunath, come here. He offered his Dandavat Pranam to Nityananda Prabhu, who placed his lotus feet upon the head of Raghunath Das Goswami, and then removed so many obstacles. How? By engaging him in the service of the Vaishnavas. So he made a big festival. Nityananda Prabhu told him what to serve the Vaishnavas. Chipped rice. So a big feast ensued. In fact, Raghunath Das Goswami's associates had to go from village to village to collect more ingredients because there were so many thousands of Vaishnavas, and people in these other villages heard there's a massive feast, so they all started coming as well. And so there were two main preparations. I can't remember the details. One was chipped rice with yogurt and bananas and sugar, and the other one was a special of chipped rice with sweetened condensed milk and a special variety of very flavorful banana. So I don't know too much about the details of this. All I know is that before they all began, Nityananda Prabhu, he said, make me another plate. So they made him one plate, and then they made another duplicate plate, and everyone was wondering, what is this for? And before beginning, Nityananda Prabhu said, chant with me. Very loudly they called out, Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Solpapanyavatam Rajan Vishvashvanai Vajayate Sharira Avidyacha Yadendriya Tahikasa. All of the devotees were chanting this prayer very happily, and then together they all began taking prasad. But they noticed something quite amazing. Not everyone could see it, but those who were very near and dear to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who were very close and who could understand his heart, they could see it. Nityananda Prabhu was going from each section and taking a little bit, and he was putting something in someone's mouth. Those who had the eyes to see could see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself had appeared there. And Nityananda Prabhu was feeding him, and then Mahaprabhu would take something and feed Nityananda Prabhu. And then they would go to the next group of devotees where the big pots were, and they would feed each other like this. And the devotees who could see were experiencing complete transcendental bliss. So Raghunath Das Goswami served all of these Vaishnavas, and from this Nityananda Prabhu gave him that blessing, that all of your obstacles have now been removed. So this is the power of serving Vaishnavas under the guidance of Sri Guru. This is important. He was directed by his Gurudev. If our service to Vaishnavas is not pleasing to our Guru, meaning we are doing something independently from the order of Sri Guru or the desire of Guru, then it might not bring the benefit that we are hoping for. As I told the other day on Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaja's day, he told his disciple, who is now Acharya of his Mat, Pujapad Bhakti Vibhuta Bodhayan Maharaj, that you should not do anything independent from Gurudev. It's superior that you stay here and sleep and be on call for me than to do something independent. What was he doing? He was trying to collect from Vaishnavas, engaging other Vaishnavas in seva for his Gurudev's Vyasa Puja. But still, if this is not pleasing to Gurudev, then there's difficulty. So he told this on Guru Purnima. Pujapad Bodhayan Maharaj told this on Guru Purnima to us. It was a very valuable lesson. So under the guidance of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das Goswami served all of these hundreds of thousands of Vaishnavas. It is said so many were there that there was no room for everyone, so even many were standing up to their knees in the Ganga, taking prasad at that time. I can't imagine, but it would have been an amazingly beautiful sight. So from there, Raghunath Das Goswami, of course, went back to his home. He had so many persons there with him, his guards and everything. But after some time, he was able to leave. It was one night, Yadunandan Acharya requested that he come and help with something because the pujari didn't show up. So the family was all asleep, but they knew that Raghunath would be with Yadunandan Acharya, so everything would be okay. But Raghunath understood that this was his moment. Nityananda Prabhu had removed all obstacles, so he was able to run. Having already taken shelter Sri Nityananda Prabhu and receiving his mercy, all obstacles were removed. So Raghunath Das Goswami took the forest. He just felt his direction and ran through the forest. Gurudev said if he would have taken any path, his family definitely would have caught him. But he was making his way to Puri, where he would meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. So he took the forest route, means through the wild forest, not bathing. Sometimes here or there he might have received a little bit of milk. He became very lean and thin, and he was quite dusty and dirty from running through the forest. What should have taken him almost a month only took him 12 days. Sorry. No, it's mine and it's going crazy. Hare Krishna. Sorry about that. There we go. So it should have taken him a month, only took him about 12 days. This is how much eagerness and greediness he had to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon arriving and meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu gave him some instructions. What did he tell Raghunath Das Goswami? He said, you should always, within your mind and heart, worship Radha and Krishna. Praje Radha Krishna Seva Manasa Koribe, or Manasa Seva Koribe. Always within your mind and heart, you should serve Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. So this was the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he also gave some other instructions to Raghunath Das. You should not eat luxuriously, and you should not dress luxuriously. Why? Because these things increase one's material appetite. Srila Gurudev explained, if you go to the mutt and they only have simple prasadam, then you might think, I want something more fancy, so then you'll go for pizza during Kartik at MVT, or you will go to any other devotee's home where you can have nice luxurious prasadam, gulab jamun and this and that, so you can eat fancy and everything else. But if we're doing that, then we're actually enjoying on the pretext of bhakti. Enjoyment on the pretext of bhakti is not really Vaisnava, it is, as I told before, Vaishnava pride. It looks like Vaishnavism, but underneath it is the desire for material enjoyment. So it is actually a desire for bhog, to enjoy. So Mahaprabhu ordered Raghunath Das Goswami, but really it was an order to the world. Don't eat luxurious foodstuffs. Sometimes when there's a feast, yes, you hear in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita how there was so much ghee on the rice that the rice was pouring off the plates. When I was young, that used to sound amazing. Now that my digestion is not as good, I kind of go, ooh. But yeah, it was exciting. So much ghee that the rice would slide off the plate, big feasts and everything. But most of the time, so that they can really focus on devotion and Krishna bhakti, it's not favorable for devotees to always take so much luxurious prasadam. And I'm saying the word prasadam because a lot of people, they think, oh, but it's prasadam, so it's transcendental. Except it's not different from Krishna. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave. Mahaprasad is not different from Krishna. So Krishna says, as you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. If you approach me with desire to enjoy, what will the result be? Enjoyment. So there's always a negative side effect of wanting to be the enjoyer, especially using Krishna for our enjoyment. So if one is approaching Mahaprasad and saying, but it's Mahaprasad, it's transcendental, but then my only internal desire is I want to enjoy this, then I'm not approaching it with the right mood. Our mood should be, how are you, Krishna, and his pastimes? How can I serve you? If we approach Mahaprasad with the proper mood and not pretend, then we can actually hope to attain the result, the pure result of Mahaprasad, like the pure result of chanting Harinam, which is Krishna Prem, awakening in our hearts. So we can also check our own pulses and see, am I trying to enjoy? So most of the time, the Vaishnavas would take very simple prasad, which would not increase one's mode of ignorance or mode of passion urges. Because of that tendency to enjoy, they're approaching Krishna for this mood of enjoyment. This can inflame passion because they're approaching Krishna in a mode of passion. Does that make sense? Instead of wanting to serve him, they want to enjoy him. So there's a very different mood. How we approach Krishna is everything. The mood behind it, our intention. So Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, don't eat luxuriously and don't dress luxuriously. As I'm speaking, I'm wearing this very luxurious looking super cheap kurta, which was a gift to me, by the way. So, but dressing luxuriously, we know that when Sanatan Goswami arrived to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu only glanced at his cloth. just glanced like this, and Sanatan immediately understood Mahaprabhu disapproves. So he went to the dhobi, someone who was washing their clothes on the bank of the river, and asked him, do you have an old ripped chadar or cloth that I can have? And let's exchange it with this. And that man's like, why are you mocking me? Why are you mocking me? You have this very extremely expensive chadar, and you want to take my old ripped blanket? He said, no, I'm not mocking you. I'm serious. Please take this and exchange it for that. And then when he went back in front of Mahaprabhu wearing this ripped old blanket, Mahaprabhu approved. So Mahaprabhu didn't want us to be so luxuriously dressed. For the purpose of preaching, then devotees should be a certain way, presentable to society. But in our own tendency, in our own space, the tendency to enjoy and dress luxuriously, it can actually be a cover for trying to attract the opposite gender or the same gender or whatever. If someone's dressing really beautifully and they're just, dancing beautifully, maybe who will notice me? This mood can also come up. Look at how I'm dressed. I told you years ago we had a friend who used to tie his, what do you call it? Bandi or something? Bagal bandi? In a certain way that when he would flex his muscles and play the drum, it would open up at a certain point in time during the kirtan. And then it would start falling off his shoulders and all the ladies would be like, oh my God, like this. So dressing luxuriously, but what is the purpose? Is it to distract? Our Guru Varga have explained this. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, I believe it was. Are we trying to attract people's attention toward us and our bodies and take it away from Thakurji? Is that the purpose? So we should consider all of these things. So Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, you should be very simple. Mahaprabhu then gave Raghunath Das Goswami into the care of Swarup Damodar Goswami. From that time, he became known as Swaruper Raghu. Means the Raghunath of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Srila Gurudev explained something very interesting in this connection as well. Why did Mahaprabhu give him to Swarup Damodar? Because Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but completely tasting the bhavs of Srimati Radhika. Only someone who has a mood of service to Radha and Krishna can give you the mood of service to Radha and Krishna. So, for Raghunath Das Goswami, Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radhika could have given him the mood of service to Krishna, like she had. But Swarup Damodar Goswami is who in Krishna Lila? 50 points and a burfi. Swarup Damodar Goswami is who in Krishna Lila? Oh, there's too much of a delay. Anyway, by the time I say it, I'm sure the first person will have said it. Lalita Sakhi, very near and dear, intimate gopi friend of Srimati Radhika, who serves Radha and Krishna. And who comes in her guidance? Our Rupa Nuga. Rupa Manjari is under her guidance, under the Lalita Sakhis. Lalita Sakhira Ayogya Kinkari. Bhaktivedanta Thakur is saying, Vinoda Dhari Chepai. Lalita Sakhira Ayogya Kinkari. The maidservant of Lalita Sakhi. So all of them are coming under the line of Lalita Sakhi. Our Srila Gurudev, whenever he would speak about the ultimate goal, it's like a clear, almost following the footsteps of Raghunath Das Goswami, finally coming to this ultimate position of, I only want to be the maidservant, the Palyadasi of Srimati Radhika, in the group of Lalita Sakhi under the guidance of Sri Rupa Manjari. That's our goal, our hope, our aspiration, everything. And this is the path that Raghunath Das Goswami took. So Mahaprabhu gave him into the shelter of Swarup Damodar Goswami, who taught him everything about the moods of serving Radha and Krishna together. And Radha and Krishna have taken a form in this world. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Punya! Oh my God, how can I give you burfi? You'll have to give me burfi when we come. I'll do my best. He's an amazing, amazing chef for Krishna. So, Raghunath Das Goswami was given under the shelter of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And from Swarup Damodar Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami received so many of Swarup Damodar Goswami's notes, like in shorthand, on the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially post-sannyas lila, after he received sannyas. It is told that Chaitanya Bhagavat was up until Mahaprabhu's sannyas. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is following that and including Mahaprabhu's sannyas lila up until the departure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Raghunath Das Goswami received so much from Swarup Damodar Goswami. And he was also instructed by Mahaprabhu, I believe, that he should go to Vrindavan. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and so many of his associates began departing from this world, one after another, in deep separation, at that time, Raghunath Das Goswami was feeling so bereft, so desolate, and so desperate that he wanted to give up his own life. And we see this in the bhajan we sang today, Jai Anilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur, Heno Prabhu Kota Gela, Acharya Thakur, Ashane Kutibo Matha, Anile Pashivo, Goranga Gunera Nidhi Kota Gele Pavo. That in pain of separation, this pain is so great, this blazing fire of separation, that I would feel or consider it even cool to enter into fire. He wanted to enter into fire, or Ashane Kutibo Matha, to bash his head against stone would be like a soft pillow compared to the pain that he was experiencing in separation from all of these personalities. So he had decided that I will go to Vrindavan and give up my life by either jumping off of Govardhan Hill or jumping into the Yamuna and giving up my life. When he arrived in Vrindavan, he came under the guidance of Rupa and Sanatan. And although he was Swarupa Raghu, the follower of Swarup Damodar Goswami, still, Srila Gurudev explained that really Rupa Goswami was his life and soul. He learned most everything from Rupa Goswami. And he's also told this in Vilap Kusumanjali, even from the very first verse, Shri Rupa Manjari Karajitapada Padma. From there, he's explaining the depth of his relationship. Really, Raghunath Das Goswami in Krishna Lila is a Rati Manjari who is serving Radha and Krishna under the guidance of Shri Rupa Manjari. So there's a very intimate, close relationship there. So Rupa Goswami was like, for him, Shiksha Guru. And so actually all of them were. Mahaprabhu was also his Shiksha Guru. Haridas Thakur was a Shiksha Guru. His Diksha Guru was Yadunandan Acharya. Nityananda Prabhu was his Shiksha Guru. Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. So when he came to Vrindavan, Sanatan Goswami could understand his intention. And Sanatan Goswami told him, I also wanted to do this once upon a time. When Sanatan Goswami had met Mahaprabhu, at that time he was very ill. He had also been traveling through the forest for quite a long time. And what happened to him? He developed so many wounds and sores that were oozing pus and blood. But Mahaprabhu, when he saw him, he thought, by touching the body of a pure devotee, I myself am becoming purified. He didn't look at this external thing. As Rupa Goswami says in the 6th verse of Upadeshamrita, Justaisvabhava janitair vapushashta doshair na prakritatvam iha bhakta janasya pashyet gangha pasam na kalu budburupena pankar brahma dharvatvam apagachati niradhamai. Just as Ganga is always pure, despite the presence of mud or bubbles or even dead bodies, she's still always pure and transcendental. In the same way, the pure devotee, despite the presence of any deformity or any external disease-looking thing like Sanatan Goswami had, or any other external kind of thing, is always pure and transcendental. So Mahaprabhu embraced Sanatan Goswami, who at that time felt so deeply upset that Mahaprabhu had to touch that body because he's feeling deep humility. He's not thinking, I'm a great Vaishnava. The Vaishnavas are feeling, I'm lower than a worm in stool, and my Lord just touched this body like that. So Sanatan was feeling so desolate at having been embraced by Mahaprabhu like this, that he decided, I will give up my life under the chariot wheel of Lord Jagannath.
I'm just letting you know it's almost 7:30 and you haven't started Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami.
I'm going to have to continue them tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry, it's beautiful. I was just trying to let you know of timing.
So, Sanatan
This holy day will last until Kartik.
This holy day can continue for many, many days actually. Raghunath Das
No,
Goswami's.
until Kartik.
Until Kartik. 2 days. It's not enough time. So Raghunath Das Goswami, Sanatan Goswami was telling him his own story. And he said, I wanted to finish my life underneath the chariot wheel of Jagannath during Ratha Yatra time. It is told that at that time, Ratha Yatra, or Ratha Yatra, means the festival of the chariots. If one gives up their life under the chariot wheel, immediately they will attain liberation, or four-armed form, or something like that. So many people have done so in the past. And Sanatana Goswami wanted to do so, but what did Mahaprabhu tell him? I'm going to paraphrase. Are Baba, if it was so easy to attain Krishna Prem that all we had to do was kill ourselves, don't you think we all would have done that by now? That's not our process. It's not so cheap, it's not so easy. You have to do bhajan. You have to develop that greed which is necessary for awakening the Brajabhav, mood of service to Radha and Krishna in the wake of the Brajavasis' love and affection for Krishna. So Mahaprabhu said it like that. Sanatana Goswami shared that with Raghunath Das Goswami. If it was so easy, don't you think we all would have done that already? If that was the process. So then he convinced Raghunath Das Goswami, who stayed there under the shelter and guidance of Rup Sanatan and the other Goswamis who were there in Vrindavan at the time. Prior to Rup Goswami's and Sanatan Goswami's arrival, also there was Bhugarbha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, so many great stalwarts had gone there to Vrindavan. Actually had come to this place, Vrindavan. So Raghunath Das Goswami remained in their association, and subsequently, later on when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came to Vrindavan, at that time Raghunath Das Goswami gave him his notes which he had received from Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami, there's so many things I'm missing. Now I'm feeling a rush because it's getting late. Oh man. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he was deeply absorbed in his bhajan, in his moods of service, practicing bhakti. One thing I forgot to tell, Mahaprabhu also gave him his own personal Govardhan Shila and the Gunjamala necklace, which represented Srimati Radhika, to worship. And how did Raghunath Das Goswami worship? Like Mahaprabhu did, with his tears. So Raghunath Goswami worshipped this Giriraj with his tears, love and affection. This is really service. Srila Gurudev said, if you don't serve by heart and with your tears, and you cannot serve Krishna with your tears if you cannot serve Guru with your tears. If you cannot do that, then the service that we're doing might not really be real or pure or full of depth. Because it's not by heart and by mood, it's external. So Raghunath Das Goswami was showing how to serve, how to worship in deep, deep absorption, in separation. In separation, he was showing. Oh my God, I forgot so much. Please forgive me. I have to go back to Puri. So, because we were talking about separation and I was remembering Mahaprabhu at this moment, so please forgive me for this, but this is extremely important. Raghunath Das Goswami, when he was in Jagannath Puri, had taken up the life of a mendicant, meaning he was begging from the places that would give out free food to the poor people. Coming from such a wealthy background, he was always chanting, always remembering, and he would get his sustenance in that way. And when Raghunath Das's family heard about it, they had decided and arranged to send something for his maintenance. So Mahaprabhu was already concerned about this because If someone is on the path of renunciation, you don't want any distraction. Raghunath Das Goswami actually felt that from there he went and he was only waiting in front of the Jagannath temple, that if anyone were to give something, then I will accept that. And then he felt that what kind of foolish, contemptible activity is this, that I'm waiting here, expectantly looking at who will give me something. He said this mood is like that of a prostitute looking, oh, who's my next customer? Who will come and give me some money? So he gave up that process as well. And what did he do? He went to the drains, after they'd washed the pots and everything from the old leftover prasadam. Then what would go out the drains would be like rotten. And he would take that, the refuse that even the cows would not eat. I mean, it was smelly. And he would wash that. And then he would dry it. And some say maybe a little pinch of salt. And he would just take a little bit of that every day for his sustenance. The remnants of the remnants of the remnants of the prasadam. Even the remnants of those who were also digesting it, who cannot be seen. It means it was starting to rot, but he would wash that out and only take that. And one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard about this. What? Raghunath is so renounced. He was like the embodiment of vairagya, renunciation, which pleased the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much that he went to see Raghunath. What are you doing? What do you have? Mahaprabhu became greedy to taste the nectar which Raghunath Das Goswami was tasting. Every day before we would read this, I would chant that prayer by Raghunath Das Goswami. Vairag juga bhakti rasam prayatna apayana mam anubhikshamandam kripam mudirya paradukuduki sanatanastam sanatanam tam prabhum ashrayami. And in there, Raghunath Das Goswami is praying to Sanatan Goswami, Vairag juga bhakti rasam prayatna, that you are so merciful that you forcibly gave me the nectar of Krishna Bhakti Ras laced with renunciation, although I was unwilling to accept it. How is it laced with renunciation? If you really have such a strong taste for something, automatically you have no taste for the lesser thing. When that superior thing is there, you don't want the lesser thing. So this is nectar laced with renunciation. The result of bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Janayatyasu vairagyam jnanam cha yad ahoitukam. I can't remember the first part at this moment. 1 second. Forgive me. So, jnanam cha yad ahoitukam. As a result of following the path of bhakti, what will come naturally? As a result, transcendental knowledge will awaken in one's heart, and also transcendental taste for Krishna, by which all material taste becomes completely contemptible or detestable, or out of sight, out of mind. Means there's nothing that can attract one anymore. So Raghunath Das Goswami was tasting this and serving this Mahaprasad in such a way that Mahaprabhu himself became greedy and went to take that. So this is a very beautiful testament, and Mahaprabhu glorified the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami has taught us so many very valuable teachings. He's given us Vilap Kusumanjali, he's given us Sri Manashiksha. In Manashiksha, it means instructions to the mind. So it's very, very valuable for us. Srila Gurudev said 4 books we must study. 4 books for sure. What are they? Manashiksha was one of them. Upadeshamrita, Sri Shikshashtakam, and Jaiva Dharma. He said these 4, for sure and certain. So Manashiksha is instructions to the mind, and Raghunath Das Goswami is talking to his mind in a very amazing way. We hear in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna tells Krishna that the mind is so difficult to control, even more difficult than the wind. It's easier to control the wind or the waves in the ocean than it is to control this flickering mind. And we can all check ourselves and see if that's true. Probably. Even Arjuna is saying it, so many great personalities are saying it. It is very difficult to control the mind. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you should make the mind your best friend. And others are saying at other times, every morning and every evening, you should beat your mind with a stick or a shoe because it needs to be beaten. And both of them are true. Our Gurudev said, you can't control it. If you try to become its friend, it's smarter than you. It will cheat you. If you beat it, it will become aggressive and also try to take over. So don't try to control it. Just put a boundary around it and let it run wild. Let that boundary be Braj Mandal, and let it run to all the pastime places of Krishna. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in the first verse, Guru Goshthe Goshtaileshu Sujane Bhusura Gane Swamantre Shri Namni Brajanavayu Dvanvasharane Sada Dambam Hitva Kururitima Purvam Atitaram Aye Swantar Vratas Chatabir Abhiyache Dritapada. Oh, my dear brother mind. He's speaking to him very sweetly. This is reverse psychology. They knew about it way back then. Oh, you are so powerful. You are so great. So I'm taking your two, he said, Dritapada, I'm taking your two lotus feet in my arms and begging you to please help me because I'm so weak. Please be merciful to me. So he's talking to his mind like this. Not even as a friend, but coming from a very subservient. Okay, he's calling him brother. Are brata. Svantar bratas. My brother. But still coming from a mood of subservience. That you are so great and so powerful. Please help me. And then he gives his list of what he wants his mind to help him do. Oh, you should develop unprecedented respect, affection, and faith in Guru. Goshthe, the Vaishnavas. Goshtaleshu, the, can't remember at the moment. Sujane, the Brahmins. Bhusurugane, the friends of the Vaishnavas. Those who are the Brajabasis. Swamantre Shri Namni, your mantras, Shri Harinam Prabhu. Vrajanava Yuva Dvanvasharane, and the beautiful, divine couple. Sada Dambam Hitva, give up all kinds of ego and pride and stupidity and foolishness. In English, this word dumbum came out. I don't know if it's popular anywhere, but when I was young, when kids would call each other foolish, they would say, oh, he's a dumbum. But Raghunath Das Goswami is using this in Sanskrit. Sada dumbam hitva. Give up this foolish ego, arrogance, pride. Kururatim apurvam atitaram. And develop unprecedented, transcendental, loving affection for Radha and Krishna. So he's begging his mind like this and going from one to the next to the next. Very powerful instructions and bringing us all the way to perfection. First through here and then through this medium and then showing us all of the different obstacles along the way. Like bathing in the hot donkey urine of full-blown deceit, hypocrisy, kapata kutinati, and also pratishthasa svapacharamani, the desire for name and fame is like a, what did he call it? Svapacharamani, dog-eating outcast prostitute who's always seeking for, so he's speaking to his mind in a very heavy way, and then always following it by, don't be like this, you should be like that. So he's talking to his mind. And these instructions are actually extremely valuable for us. We can look at our own hearts. Today I was reading from Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaja about Raghunath Das Goswami, and he was speaking about these different things. Oh, someone who is desiring to amass wealth and is always lusty for sensual or sexual enjoyment. These ones you might be able to recognize. But even in Manashiksha, in the purport there, it is said, this one always struck me. From the very first time I read it, I was like, oh my God. The desire for pratishtha cannot recognize itself. Everyone else sees it, and they go, oh my God, ooh, did you see that? But the person who is manifesting that, it's not so easily recognizable. It's very subtle, and it is the last anartha to go. This identity position, some kind of selfish self-centeredness, this pratishta asha, desire or hope for position, some kind of acknowledgement or anything like that. But when you see that these things are manifesting in your life, desire to amass wealth, to increase one's material, monetary standard, to enjoy sensual pleasures of this world, especially of the sexual nature, and also this name, fame, position, and everything else, then one should understand that this is actually a sign of one's not doing so well on the path of bhakti, that maybe there's some result of aparad coming or anything like that. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he also was so deeply connected in his service to Krishna, 24 hours a day, remembering Ashtakali Alila Smaran. It said once upon a time he was reading this very, very heartbreaking composition of Rupa Goswami. I'm saying composition, but it is what Rupa Goswami has witnessed in his trance of the pastimes of the Lord. It was called Lalit Madhava. And it made Raghunath Das Goswami go into such a state that he was inconsolable. His tears were just pouring. It was spreading the ink everywhere. And he could not stop weeping. He was rolling on the ground in pain. His heart was breaking. And immediately Rupa Goswami, noticing this, thought, how can I bring him out of this? So Rupa Goswami, witnessing the pastimes of Krishna, composed Dan Keli Komudi, very beautiful comedy of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Dan Gati, to do with pearls, and so many different pastimes are in this beautiful comedy. And when he presented that, he said, hey, check this out. Raghunath Das Goswami started reading that, and then he began laughing and rolling on the ground, Gurudev said, and Rupa Goswami took the Lalit Madhava and said, maybe we'll keep this for another time. So from this, we see that Rupa Goswami didn't leave him in that state of utter desperation, but brought him out. And Gurudev said that we should be kind to Vaishnavas. If there's anything that is ever very heartbreaking, that we shouldn't just leave them in that position, but we should end always with something a little sweet. Raghunath Das Goswami, in deep separation from Mahaprabhu, from Rupa, from Sanatan, and from all others, it is said that he was manifesting such an intense mood of separation that he felt shunyayetam mahagoshtam, that without all of these divine personalities present in my life, I feel that this entire world is devoid of anything. Like Mahaprabhu, he said the same thing, yugayitam nimeshena, chakshushapravarshayitam, shunyayitam jagat sarvam. The entire universe is feeling vacant, empty, in separation. So Raghunath Das Goswami is showing us that if we want to attain to Rupanuga Bhakti and perfection in this path, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has showed, what Rupa Goswami has showed, what our Guru Varga have showed, then we must enter into that crying school. Srila Govinda Maharaj said that. I have opened a crying school. Because that is our process, through weeping. We've heard about that just the other day in Going Beyond Vaikuntha. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he also was completely absorbed in that crying school. Sometimes coming out into sadak bhav, that I am a sadhaka, a practitioner, weeping, and then sometimes entering into siddha bhav, in that mood, understanding who he is internally and serving Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. So Raghunath Das Goswami would be so absorbed in these moods. It is said that he said that in separation, he saw that even Govardhan was like a giant python. That Radhakund or Shyamakund were like the gaping mouths of tigers ready to devour him. He was feeling so much separation, and he was feeling that wherever Srimati Radhika is, that's where I will go. Everywhere else is desolate without her. So he had this deep, deep Radha Nishta. And this is also required if we want to develop that kind of mood of service. Firm conviction in the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. So much so, when Gurudev would tell us when we were on Govardhan Parikrama, I think we were getting close to around the location of on Yorgaon, where the Brajavasis actually served Giriraj Maharaj, near Govindakund. And Gurudev would point out, oh, over there's a place named Sakistali. That is the place of Chandravali. Chandravali is the Vipaksha, the leader of the rival group of gopis, compared to Srimati Radhika. So Radhika has her own group of gopis. They are known as Svapaksha, her own. And Chandravali is the opposite group, Vipaksha. So even within Vrindavan, there has to be groups. This increases Krishna's transcendental pleasure infinitely more by all of these dynamics. That is why they take place. And once upon a time, someone brought Raghunath Das Goswami a leaf bowl of buttermilk, chach. He noticed that this leaf bowl was not local, just because of the bowl. The size of the bowl, the shape of the bowl, how it was made. He's like, this is not from here. Where is it from? Where is it from? And they said, oh, it's from Sakistali. Now, Sakistali is the place of Chandravali. Gurudev said, Raghunath took a stick and chased that person away. Get out of here. I don't want anything from you. Now, this is called one-pointed mood. Exclusivity. We must understand that after Srimati Radhika, no one loves Krishna more than Chandravali. So she is a manifestation of Srimati Radhika in the opposite mood. Radhika is in Vamya Bhav and Chandravali is in Dakshina Bhav, submissiveness to Krishna. And yet, in their Leela, there's such a dynamic that one is far away. So much that Raghunath Das Goswami, in that internal mood, was chasing them far away. Oh, you're trying to give me this thing? I will not take anything from you. And we should be like this for our Gurudev also. That anyone who has any mood which is antagonistic toward our Gurudev, we should not take anything like that from them. We can be respectful. We can be like, but don't take. Don't imbibe. Don't accept that association. Respectful is one thing, but interactions which create a bond of affection to the point where we are giving and receiving and like that, this can compromise our bhakti, our one-pointed exclusiveness. So Raghunath Das Goswami is showing at his stage that, and we can't pretend that we're there, but we should be very careful. If someone has a mood against our Gurudev and we take that, we imbibe it, then we can also develop those moods. So if we're taking their katha, if we're taking their cooking, if we're taking their kirtan, if we're taking their close relationship or even friendship, through so many mediums, it can affect the heart and we wouldn't even realize it until it was too late. So our Gurudev in this connection said, he wrote it actually to Sudevi, never mind, so many will go. But we will never go to that place where our Guru Maharaj is disrespected. So many may go, but he said, we will never go to that place where our Gurudev is disrespected. This is Guru Nishtha. We're like, whoa. So since that time, we've been aspiring for it, and mistakes happen along the way, but that's a different story. So, Raghunath Das Goswami, he gave so much nishtha. He showed how to develop this deep conviction in service to the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. He was the embodiment. He's showing us our goal, prayojan tattva. The goal of all of our practices is shown by Raghunath Das Goswami in this connection, and I know it's very late now. Once upon a time, we were in South Africa, and one devotee said to Gurudev, Gurudev, please, I want a direct order from you.
Kishori, you have to slow down.
And Srila Gurudev said, as you're doing, it is okay. Continue as you're doing. He said, no, I want a direct order from you. He said, as you're doing, it is okay. No, please, give me a direct order. You want a direct order from me? He said, yes, anything. He said, okay, then I want you to become completely detached from everything in this world. I want you to become like Raghunath Das Goswami. completely surrendered, giving, and the devotee was shaking like this. And Gurudev just started laughing. And he said, as you're doing, it's okay. So this is really what Gurudev wants from all of us. He said, one day, we will all have to become like Raghunath Das Goswami. All of us. If we want to attain that supreme destination, then we must become like Raghunath Das Goswami.
If not externally, internally.
Internally. For real. And this can only happen in the association of Vaishnavas, who can increase that greed, that necessity, that hankering in our hearts for that highest goal. Gurudev said without that, you could never, never, never follow the path of Raghunath Das Goswami. But if you have this greed, this real desire, then you can move along that path. That's what propels. That is what brings that enthusiasm, utsaha, nishchaya, firm determination, and dharya, patience. Okay, it hasn't come yet, but for sure it will come. And I will not give up. Do or die. And with that enthusiasm, moving along that path. That is the proof of greed. Gurudev said, you can't be having, what do they call it? A healthy balance of material and spiritual. That's not a proof of greed. That's a proof of stagnancy. That I'm having a healthy balance. It doesn't mean that we have to be there immediately, but we should make some endeavor to move forward on the path of bhakti, which means simultaneously giving up our anarthas. We have to let go of some of the baggage so that we can go forward on the path. We have to unbind ourselves from these things, and that will happen naturally in the association of Vaishnavas. So, it's already very late. There's so much more to say about Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And today is also the day of Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and the day of Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. But I do not have enough time for both of them. So tomorrow we will continue with speaking about Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So please forgive me for that. I was just so excited. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. Tadiya Tirubha Maha Mahotsava ki jai. Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Tadiya Tirubha Maha Mahotsava ki jai. Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki jai. Tadiya Tirubha Maha Mahotsava ki jai. Sri Gurudev ki jai. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Rupan Guru Varga ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
And for sure, Kishori Mohan Prabhu will read the questions and answer them tomorrow. I will make sure of it.
What I discovered is I can't read it on these devices. I can only read it on a computer. So I became lazy about it. So please forgive me. Yes, Sudevi will.
I'm good at that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Patipavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Vinodi Hari Ji ki jai, Radha Ramana Ji ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Govinda Nam Madhaveti, Govinda Nam Madhaveti, Govinda Nam Madhaveti. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Shri Vrindavan Hari Lal ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Shyam Gaura Premanande.
Hari Hari Bo.
One quick thing I have to add, because it is the disappearance day of Raghunath Das Goswami and we spoke about him today. Raghunath Das Goswami says in Srimad Shiksha that when all of these anarthas start plaguing our hearts, lust, anger, greed, madness, envy, pride, and all of these kinds of things, he said it's like we're walking down an open road and there are so many rogues and thieves who are coming to steal from us. At that time, we don't have strength on our own. We don't have power to defend ourselves. So we must call on the power of the great generals on the path of bhakti who can protect us. And who are those great generals? Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, our Guru Varga. And I know Raghunath Das Goswami is telling it, but for us, we should apply it for ourselves. We can call to Raghunath Das Goswami for his mercy. And our Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, our Gurudev, all of our acharyas, to please help us. That I'm so weak on my own, I don't have strength on my own. O Raghunath Das Goswami, please be merciful to me. Please awaken within my heart that attraction which has made you the personification of Vairagya, of renouncing all material things, that attraction that brings us toward Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So thank you all very much for giving us this opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev, our Guru Varga, Raghunath Das Goswami, and to reflect upon them, meditate upon them. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow, and we will discuss the other great Vaishnavas tomorrow. Dandava Pranam, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Hari Ki Jai, Shachinandana Gaur Hari Ki Jai.